resident rooms. There's a game room at the end of the hall. They tried very, very hard to make it a comfortable place for people to be.
Reflecting changes taking place across the country in the care system, some of the old establishing ideas here would soon be lost.
When it was a poor farm, the people were required to work. They did not want lazy people. After the transition to this building, it was still considered that way, but over time, the poor farm system collapsed.
Local events like the First World War and the Great Depression conspired to increase the pressure on the care system, leading some to champion a controversial new approach known as eugenics.
You have social scientists looking at county homes and homes for the incurably ill to say, what is it about these people that makes them so? The United States takes some of this early charge in the eugenics movement and the movement for compulsory sterilization of those who were deemed genetically unfit or institutionalized.
This facility does not have as negative of a history as some of the others. There are some poor farms around the country that people who were in charge were not nice people. They did not take care of the residents.
While this site escaped that horror, it would still face struggles that plagued similar facilities across the U.S.
Sadly, over the years, with this place being under such strain, there were reports of violence, assaults, and even suicides that marked it.
In the 1950s, we've learned of a gentleman who didn't like it here. It wasn't a locked facility. He could have walked out the front door anytime he wanted. Instead, he chose to leave by hanging himself, and he did hang himself in a small room at the end of the hall on the first floor.
When you have a stressed infrastructure that is caring for so many different people with so many different needs, it unfortunately means that most of these people aren't getting the kind of care that they need that's individualized to them.
One room found in the basement, added in the late 1960s, speaks to those troubling times.
This room here was the original padded room. Back then, if you were out of control, they would grab you and put you in a straitjacket, and then they'd put you in a room like this. And then you would have sat here until you could calm yourself down, and then they would let you out.
For almost 100 years, this building moved with the times, accepting new patients, adapting its layout, and trialing new approaches. But finally, in 2010, Edinburgh Manor's days were numbered. While advances and improvements to the care system continue, many issues remain to be confronted.
We still have a legacy of those institutions today. We have hospice care, we have nursing homes, we have all of these other institutions where we put people who cannot care for themselves. But we also have a history of mass incarceration in our country, and depending on what source you look at, 10 to 30% of those inmates have mental illness. So have we reformed our institutions, or are we just reshaping them in new forms?
I think the stories that are linked to this house about its haunted past still haunt us today because we're still dealing with so many of the same problems.
An American machine of war given a second life.
Landing people on the moon was an epic-defining moment, but it wasn't the end of the mission.
An eerie shrine that offered the promise of immortality.
Children would burst into tears at the sight of the departed